I'd like to call this meeting to order. Roll call, Mr. Roddy, please.
Mr. Raccomando,
Present.
Ms. Borelli, Mr. Iricello,
Present.
Ms. Ainello,
Present.
Mr. Laurentino. Present. Ms. Roloff.
Here.
Sorry. Ms. Torbic,
Present.
Ms. Traverso,
Here.
Ms. Zottarelli.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Happens once in a while.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices are to be turned off. We're going to start with the student reports.
Hi, my name is Olivia Lash, and I will be reporting on all three elementary schools as well as the middle school and high school. For all three elementary schools, they ended the 2023 school year with holiday parties. They would like to thank their PTOs for organizing them. Also, this week, they had an SEL day where classes built connections with others, practiced social emotional skills, and they also learned about MLK. The elementary schools will be having their winter concerts this month for grades 4 to 6, and they will showcase their band and choir. Now for the middle and high school. The middle and high school had a fun end to 2023 as they held their Spirit Week, capped off with the Winter Pep Rally, which included their staff versus student basketball game, which got pretty competitive. The band and choir also had a successful holiday concerts in December. The high school held their scheduling meeting for 10th and 11th graders and heard about all of the new courses, electives, and option 2. Counselors will begin meeting with 8th to 11th grade students. Mike Menzel, lead systems engineer for the James Webb Space Telescope, also spoke to the students on Monday. Now for athletics. Congratulations to Saoirse Toomey on being selected as Saddlebrook's 2024 National Girls and Women's in Sports Day recipient. Saoirse was honored at the Rutgers versus Penn State women's basketball game on Sunday, January 14th. Congratulations to Saddlebrook High School senior pitcher TJ Pappas on signing a letter of commitment to continue his baseball career at Drew University. Please continue to come out and support our winter sports teams as we begin the second half of the season, and continue to follow us on social media for results and shout-outs. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that report. Can we have the superintendent's report?
Yes, thank you. Okay, I'm going to piggyback off of the student report and also add that we had some high school singers who successfully auditioned for the 2024 All North Jersey Region 1 Chorus. Hundreds of singers were there at Clifton High School to audition, and there will be an all-choral festival concert held at Morris Knolls on February 3rd featuring the mixed chorus and the treble chorus. So congratulations, I'm just going to say their first names: Tavita, Bex, Ivana, Stephanie, Rachel, Jayla, Olivia, Christian, and AJ. Great job, Saddlebrook singers. And then I just wanted to touch upon all the weather that we've been having this week. So first I wanted to thank, the Office of Emergency Management, the Saddlebrook Emergency Management Coordinator was in touch with me regarding the flooding that was happening in town. And him, along with the captain of the police department and myself, we had a group text going, and they were so great with just keeping me informed. And then I came here, and for some reason I had just had to go walk on Saddle River Road to see it. I don't really know why, but I learned a whole lot about cresting of rivers and how quickly water does rise. So I wanted to thank the OEM and the Saddlebrook Police Department, because without working with them, this would be almost an impossible job to do. And then I also wanted to thank the DPW with the roads yesterday. The head of DPW connected with Mr. Karate and myself, and just let us know how the roads were doing, kept us in communication. They did such a great job because the roads in Saddlebrook were so wonderful and clear, as opposed to other towns. I wanted to thank them. And then again this morning, DPW came, they salted all the parking lots. They did such an amazing job with clearing it all, salting everywhere because of the ice. And then our own building and grounds crew, I mean, they salted all the sidewalks and they know all the areas at each building that tend to get icy. So they were out there all morning in the freezing cold, making sure that the salt was out there. So I just wanted to thank all of them. I also just wanted to remind the board that we are being CUSAC evaluated. It's scheduled for this Friday, so they are coming in on Friday. They evaluate the district in 5 areas. They did say 80 is passing. They said to aim for 80. They said districts no longer score in the 90s, so they did tell me to share that with the board. We're excited. We're ready. The team has really been working diligently to make sure that we're in compliance, and they are scheduled to come Friday. They're going to walk around the buildings. They're going to talk to curriculum and instruction and just make sure that we are all set to go. And then I'll be sending out, there was a grant awarded to an organization to lead youth mental health first aid to staff and parents. So many of our staff has been trained in youth mental health first aid. And I'll just share really quickly what it is. Youth mental health first aid is designed to teach parents, family members, adults that, around children, how to help an adolescent age 10 to 18. They say 12, but when I spoke to them, they're like, it really starts at age 10, who is experiencing a mental health or addictions challenge or is in crisis. It's designed for adults who regularly interact with young people. It reviews typical adolescent development, teaches a 5-step action plan for how to help young people in both crisis and non-crisis situations. Topics covered include anxiety, depression, substance abuse disorders in which psychosis may occur, and disruptive behavior disorders including ADHD and eating disorders. So I am going to be sending out a sign up to our parents to see who's interested in being trained in youth mental health first aid. It is somewhat of a commitment. There's a 2-hour pre-work, they call it, that you need to do on your own with video modules, and then it's a 4-hour training. So I'll be sending out just an interest form. I'm not promising that it's going to happen, but I will send out an interest form, see what kind of interest we have within our parent population, and then see if we're able to schedule it on a day and time that works for most people. So be on the lookout for that. And I also wanted to touch base on our calendar. So we are working on the school calendar for next school year. I know that there was some questions in the community about Martin Luther King Day. There's been days in the past that we're closed for Martin Luther King Day and days in the past that we've had half day with students and PD in the afternoon. What we were trying to do is being consistent across Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Martin Luther King Day, and kind of treating them all the same, half day for students, PD in the afternoon for staff. It's kind of difficult. I think the calendar is probably one of the hardest parts of the job because it's difficult to fit 184 days from September to June. And also honor all the holidays that are out there. But what we're doing is we're actually surveying the county. The superintendents in Bergen County all have a group, so they do a monthly survey. So surveying the other districts in Bergen County to see what their ideas are for next school year, because also the other thing that's frustrating is the spring recess is always a different week, it seems, in different districts. So I thought by maybe reaching out to them, seeing what they're doing, and then developing the calendar. So originally we were going to have it on this agenda, and we pulled it. We're going to put it on February's agenda, so you could be on the lookout for that. You have to remember with the calendar that we do have voting in our schools, so we are off election day, and it's a presidential election, and then primary day. So those are 2 days that other districts don't have that they get to work with. And that being said, we are now going to have a presentation. We are highlighting Long Memorial School. We're very excited to have these special visitors with us today. So at this point, I'm going to ask the members of the board to please transition to the seats in the auditorium. I'm going to invite Mrs. Mansfield, Long Memorial School's principal, up to present.
All right, thank you. Triple the mic's code. There we go. I go to the podium, right? Oh, perfect. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. Thank you all for allowing us to showcase Long Memorial. There are so many things to celebrate at Long Memorial School, but tonight we are excited to share with you a few of those. Tonight we will showcase skills that can empower children for life: leadership, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy. These may seem like complex topics for elementary school, but I'm proud to show you the work that we've been doing and are doing throughout the building to prepare our students for life well outside their days at Long Memorial. First, I'm going to invite our 4th grade students who created their own chocolate bars, wrote descriptive essays working on various text features, and even added a price point that will lead them into their next unit of opinion and persuasive writing. So I would like to present Mr. Iannacone and some of our students to present their work. Kaylee, Emily, Elsa, Kara, Eleanor, Maya, Adriana, Ariana, and Nora. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Each time a group is done, we'll stop for a photo. We'll take photos at the end.
What do you think? So they can see better?
I think, yeah, okay, we can run it.
Okay, so
Let's go, we're gonna go to the front.
you don't want to be right in the front. They want the comfort of the podium. Oh, yeah, we can let's do both. Perfect, thank you. Give Mr.
It's on.
What you'll see on the screen is a bulletin board that is on the 2nd floor of Long School, and it has how some of the chocolate cafes and some of their chocolate bars and their writing is displayed in our hallways.
All right, we'll get started, and we'll start. We're gonna say our names, and then we'll try to sell our candy bars.
Hi everybody, my name is Eleanor Hannah and I made something called the Extreme Bar. The bar's wrapper is shaped and looks like a palm tree. Its palm tree bark is rough but smooth and the leaf is big and sturdy. The sand from the island is as rough as a cat's tongue and the coconuts are big and hairy. They smell like coconuts fresh from Moana. The Extreme Bar has over 22 flavors, but there are really 2 flavors that are your ticket to Flavorland and back. The first is the ooey gooey caramel that is in the top, bottom, and middle. The bar is not complete without it. Then comes a marshmallow that is warm and cozy and transfers you to a happy childhood memory. So if you want to experience a trip to Flavorland, go to your local store and buy the Extreme Bar. Every bar you buy is a coupon for 10 more. It's only for $1.25. I hope you enjoy it. Have a good day.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Tower. No, you. Here, take it. What? Take it. No. I don't want to do it next. Let's just go. Okay. Get out of here, Twix, and say hello. Kara, hold this, please. Emily Wiljick. I made the Love Bar. My slogan is "It comes from the heart." Get out of here, Twix, and say hello to the Love Bar. Emily's Super Sly Factory is introducing the one and only magnificent Love Bar on February 14th. Make sure to mark your calendar so you could be the first one there to try the rich, delicious chocolate with mouth-watering creamy fudge. When you walk down the aisle, your eyes will go straight to the beautiful sensation, the Love Bar. You will hear the sound of the crinkling wrapper when you unwrap it. Then the aroma flowing from the wrapper will fill your nose. That will certainly make you want to touch the soft, creamy chocolate, and you will fall in love with it. That is why it's called the Love Bar.
Hi, my name's Ariana Scaduto, and my chocolate bar name's the Taylor's Chocolate Bar. Crunch. Oh, hi, excuse me. I was just eating the new Taylor's Chocolate Bar. Have you ever tried one yet? The Taylor's Chocolate Bar is only $2. The next time you are in the mood for chocolate, you should try the Taylor's Chocolate Bar. In the middle of the bar are bananas that are soft and melt in your mouth. Under the bananas are raspberries that are bright red and bumpy. On top of the bar is macadamia nuts, which are hard and crunchy. The Taylor's Chocolate Bar is delicious and so good to eat.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Santiago. Have you ever heard of the chocolate? Have you ever heard of a bar called the Awesome Bar? I don't think you have, because I just made it, and it is delicious, and you would love it. My chocolate bar is light blue. I dyed the peanut butter, so that is what makes it blue. The pink dots are strawberries. The wrapper will be shiny blue. The wrapper would feel like cotton and is light as a feather. It is really beautiful. Across from the label, there is a picture that shows what the bar would look like, and it is wonderful. It gives me joy, and I hope it will give you joy too. You can find my chocolate bar anywhere. CVS, ShopRite, Amazon. Make sure you try the Awesome Bar and give yourself a smile. The bar is $2.50. That is why you would love the Awesome Bar. So go to the store and get a chocolate bar today.
My name is Elsa Lerty, and I'm going to be showing the Swifty bar. You cannot get enough of the Swifty bar. I think you should buy 87 of these bars. That is like the 87 on Taylor Swift's bracelet. You'll feel like Taylor Swift herself. The Swifty bar has 3 flavors: marshmallow, pink chocolate, and caramel. The chocolate bar has caramel that has hardened, so when you bite into the hard caramel, it will melt in your mouth. The ooey gooey marshmallows too. Every chocolate bar comes with a free Taylor Swift bracelet that has all Taylor's album names. When all the bracelets of the albums are collected, you win a big prize of meeting Taylor Swift backstage. The more chocolate bars you buy, the more chances you have of winning the big prize.
Nice job. Nice job.
You got this.
My name is Carol Cantarella, and my chocolate bar is named Tiki Bar. Oh my God. Now, here's a question. How good are your eyes? Good, bad, absolutely terrible. Well, however your eyesight is, it doesn't really matter. Not kidding. Just look at Barabba. As soon as the word tiki catches your eye, you'll see that beautiful blue ocean. Or should I say beautiful? You'll want it. But Barabba isn't what you're actually eating, even though it's beautiful. Once you open Barabba, you'll feel the smooth milk chocolate and its white drizzle and the streaks of coconut and rainbow sprinkles. Inside are melted chocolate chips, which are in the middle of the bar, the ends of the bar. Between the chocolate chips are marshmallows, strawberries, and chocolate chip cookie bits. Yes. When you think of marshmallows, you think of camping, a campfire, and roasting them over it. Well, these marshmallows are they all have the camping taste. They're golden and toasted, and once you bite into it, they're very fluffy. And when it comes to strawberries, we all know to put them in the fridge or they will melt. These ones are not hard or sour or soft or mushy. And last but not least, the cookies. And the cookies are like a cookie heaven for your teeth, and they go up to the max deliciousness. And you might even get the rare chocolate bar, which contains 18 Disney World gift cards.
Hi, I'm Adriana D'Angelo, and my chocolate bar name was Santa's Helper. My slogan was Don't Stop Believing. Fly away, Milk Duds. Make room for Santa's Helpers. The North Pole Factory is including a new brand bar that is going to be better than you can believe. You won't believe the incredible ingredients. Take a chance of the magical Santa's bar. Right when you step foot into the North Pole, you'll make eye contact with the colorful bright wrapper that has a sparkling gold trim around it. You will find 3 tiny elves dancing along the crisp paper to grab your attention. These elves are so cute that you won't resist buying Santa's Helper chocolate bar. Crunch, crunch.
Hello, my name is Maya, and the name of my chocolate is Berry Swirl Chocolate Bar. It's very good surprise. Run away, Hershey, because there's a new chocolate bar in town. Maya's Fruity Factory presents you with the Berry Swirl Chocolate Bar. Go to Maya's Fruity Factory first so you can have a mouth-watering, delicious Berry Swirl Chocolate Bar. From the moment you sink your teeth into the delicious, magnificent, and glorious strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry flavors, the Berry Swirl Chocolate Bar is like a party in your mouth. It feels like heaven on earth. When you think your taste buds had enough, a silky, creamy, gooey, luxurious caramel rushes out of the Berry Swirl Chocolate Bar. Come on over to your local candy store and purchase the one and only delicious Berry Swirl Chocolate Bar. It's just $1.25. It's a very good surprise. I promise you, it's 100% worth your money to buy it.
Hello, my name is Nora Barrios, and my chocolate bar's name is Treat for Cheer. My slogan is Give Me a Treat. Have you ever done a stunt and eaten a chocolate bar at the same time? Well, if you haven't, go to your local Target and get Treat for Cheer. Inside, you have a gift card to Amazon. Cheer up. Have you ever tasted a chocolate bar as delicious as Treat for Cheer? No, you have not, because this is the best chocolate bar ever made. The caramel has a strong taste and melts in your mouth instantly. The peanut butter is thick and creamy. The chocolate chips are small but delicious. The milk chocolate is so good I can't describe it. Don't even get me started with the crunch when you bite into it. It feels like heaven on your teeth. You will be zoned out once you open the wrapper. You will drop your jaw. And if you buy my bar, it's only $2.50. If you buy one, you'll get one free. Now drop your flyer and go to your local Target and get the bar called Treat for Cheer. Yeah, drop my flyer.
I know. I'm pretty hungry after hearing all of those. Well, they taste a little like cardboard right now. I also want to add that they did have more written, and I made them all shorter. So if you want to get the full detail, you can see them later, or see them when they're hung up outside our classrooms. Oh. You too. Yeah, Can you get us in?
Ready? Look over here. All right, now look that way. No, I do. They did it right. I got it. Sorry.
Thank you, fourth graders.
You can go sit back with you can sit with your parents now.
Okay. So you saw the creativity and the creation, which, you did a fantastic job. Great job. Great job. Okay. Oh, look at that. Next, we'll present our fifth grade students who worked very hard on their Shark Tank presentations. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Miss Jokum did a fabulous job working with the fifth grade students, and the fifth graders each created their own Shark Tank projects that were presented to a panel of judges, included Miss Jokum's parents, Miss Melanie was there, our district, other teachers, Miss Lab was one of the judges, and they did a fantastic job. And tonight we have Cassette and Anthony who want to share their presentation. So Miss Jokum, I'll turn it over to you.
Hello, everyone. First of all, fourth grade, amazing job. I'm hungry. But after watching the fourth grade presentation too, it just made me so excited with everything that they take and what they're learning and how to persuade and convince and be creative is something that we really strive for when we were doing our Shark Tank project. So when I found out I was teaching social studies this year, I was a little nervous. Because as a student, I was always kind of like, I'm not someone that was just shoved information down my throat. That wasn't how I learned. So I really wanted to take like a project-based approach when looking at our curriculum. And I thought, what better way to teach economics than to do a little bit of a Shark Tank project? So I'm going to have Anthony kind of explain to you guys what we learned prior to working on our project, and he's going to kind of tell you the steps that we took when we were organizing our presentations to our Shark panel. And then we're going to actually have Cassette give you her pitch, and I have her commercial for you, but I'm going to let them take it away.
Yes. Before I change the slide, the pictures that I have in there were pictures that were taken from our day of the Shark Tank presentations from Ms. Jacob's classroom. And it truly was an exciting day for everyone involved. They did a fantastic job.
So first we learned about economics and entrepreneurship. Then we thought, what are some problems in the world and what is a good or service that we can create to fix it? First we researched the costs to create products, and then we did a creative advertisement and commercials to sell the product. Then we determined asking price for sharks to invest while still making a profit. Then it was Shark Tank time. First, we showed the hook and the commercial, and then we introduced the group. Then we talked money and then asked the sharks to invest. Then the sharks asked questions and made potential investments.
So, Anthony, were the sharks very easy on you?
No.
Right? And what was something that we kind of learned when we were doing this project was we were kind of running into problems that maybe we hadn't thought about prior, right? So I actually am going to have Miss Cassette present to you her Shark Tank project. And I hopefully linked her commercial. I don't know if I could try to pull it up, but I'm going to let her start it off and I'll see if I can pull it on the board.
Okay. Have you ever flipped your pillow like a pancake because first you're in a pizza oven and then you're in the Arctic? Hi, I'm Cosette, and we are the Pillow Dreams Company, and we all have problems sleeping at night because of our pillows. Our pillows are way too hot, but we have a solution. We have created a pillow that changes temperatures so we can finally sleep peacefully. It costs $97.11 to make one product, and we are selling it for $150. This will give us a profit of $52.89. We are asking for $50,000 to start up our company in return for 30% stake in our company. So, sharks, are you ready to sleep away with our pillows?
So something they also did, which was awesome about this project, we worked really closely with our media teacher. As you saw on the screen, they actually created advertisements for all of their products, but they also got to make a commercial, which was a lot of fun. So this is Cassette's group and their commercial that they created.
We didn't know there was a video. Sorry. 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 It was secretly linked in there. Thanks, Mel.
So, notes, guys. So I teach both classes. So for each class, we had about 6 groups per class. A lot of the students created goods, but I think we did have one group that created a service they got to choose. And again, like they got to pick their groups, they got to really think in their life what were some problems that they had and some potential solutions to help solve these problems. A lot of different products created. They all did a really awesome job with it.
I wish I had a pillow that changes temperatures, because my pillow is way too hot. This kind little girl is having trouble sleeping, but her pillow is the wrong temperature. And she wishes to have a pillow that changes temperature, but there are none in the world.
Until now.
What do you mean?
Hocus pocus. A temperature pillow.
Yes, I can finally sleep peacefully again.
Come to pillowdreams.com now.
The cost of this
Pillow is $150.
So to wrap it up before we go to sixth grade, something that was really cool when we were presenting, again, we kind of saw issues with our products as we were presenting them, such as some of the sharks were like, well, what happens if it catches on fire, right? So it really forced us to think outside the box. And if we were to continue to produce this product, what were some solutions that we were going to have to come up with?
Okay. Yeah. And it truly was one of like such a fun day, and the students were fantastic. The sharks were tough, but they asked great questions. But what was so impressive was that the students had such great answers. Like they really thought about different solutions for their product, and it really was impressive. And leading into that, our sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Takash, along with the theme of economy, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, Ms. Takash is going to explain how she infuses economy and financial literacy into her daily routines. And we have Sarin, Madison, and Abigail who are going to assist Ms. Takash with this presentation.
All right, and you can click there. So in our grade, we do an ongoing class economy simulation. So it's not one lesson, it's pretty much just how we run our classroom, our community. And since in math we've learned about ratios, percentages, unit prices, it kind of organically just happens. And it grows as the year goes on, as they learn more about math. So we're just going to tell you a little bit about it. We use a website called Class Equity where students have their own online bank accounts. This site enables them to collect a paycheck. In the beginning of the year, they had to apply online for jobs around the classroom. They were hired. So each month, they get a paycheck because they need to pay rent on their desks. They pay taxes, income taxes. They pay for utilities, Wi-Fi, electricity, all that stuff, all that good stuff. And then they can use their money to buy class items. We have a class store. We have different incentives. They can pay money to go help out old teachers that they want to visit. That's a very popular one. But our economy is not just based on online banking. We also infuse cash into it. So we have a deposit and withdrawal slip there that I pretty much took from my bank and wrote it up. So students fill these out, and they, when dealing with cash can be either deposited directly into their checking accounts, or they also have high yield savings accounts. They're offered 5% every month because we're kind of going quick through. So Maddie has a savings account. How much do you have in savings right now?
$45 now.
Well, we just added that.
So
Now we have about 2,300, right? Are you going to have that much by the end of the year? No, it's going to go up, right? Why is it going to go up?
because there's going to be 5% of it each month.
Yeah, so the students are learning that you can have your money in checking and then you spend a lot of it. You could have cash, which, how's cash go?
It's way too easy to spend.
It's way too easy to spend money. What else happens when we deal in only cash? It gets lost. So the students are kind of learning the hard way that you don't want to carry too much cash in your wallet. Yeah, so they're learning about that you could build interest that way. So that's one way to keep track of our income.
We did search the school one day for $200 lost in the gym. and it was $200. It was Takash's
I'm like, no,
class equity money, but it was found, and they were all happy because they worked for that.
And to them, it's real. Like to them, when they lose their money, they get really upset because it's real money. It does what it needs to do. So keep going. And in the beginning of the year, I never planned for this, but it always happens. Naturally, the students, especially when you're dealing with cash, they all start up these little small businesses. And in the beginning, they're doing it without me knowing. So eventually, I find out, I see some stuff going on in the classroom. I'm like, what's going on over there? So the government comes in now because money flows throughout the classroom, and we don't have purely a free market economy. So once I found out that small business were being had, I said, okay, you can have a small business, you got to get licensed. So they had to fill out an application to get licensed, and they have to keep their receipts. We have a sample receipt right there. And if they make over $600 for the year, because they do have to keep track of, they have to keep the books, they got to work the books, keep a ledger, I will be collecting an income tax on that come April 15th. So Soren actually started up a small business. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
I started a comic book rental business for any kids who had free time and they were done with their work. They could come over to where I was selling them, and they could rent a comic book, and they were priced by how popular they were to the least popular.
Yeah. Soren has a billboard actually. He has advertisement space in my room right on the board. It says his name on a paper, and it says, for more information, see Soren. Abby started, Madison, you started a little business, right? What are you working on right now?
Bookmarks.
So we have little things are cooking up. Actually, what's funny, this one, I had to share about this one. So in terms of payments, students can pay for goods and services online, or they can pay with cash, but they can also pay with checks. So they are learning how to write checks. And and sign their name in cursive. Those are our checks. And so there was one student who, I'll get more into where they make a lot of money from. So I'm going to talk about the stock market, but let's just say there's this one student who took a risky investment on our stock market, and he sold all of his stocks, and now he has a lot of capital, a lot of money. And he decided that he wants to be a creditor. So he wrote up a contract that his customers have to sign, that he'll lend them money, but then they have to pay back, and then if they don't pay it back, it's interest. So Abby was actually his first customer. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
So I wanted $30, and there was a percentage. It was 10%, and every day I didn't pay him back. It was $3, but luckily I paid him back the next day.
So I think our accounting teachers, or even in college, will be very happy with how prepared they are for life outside.
But none of this is planned. It's all just happens organically. I mean, it's like any other economy. Things happen. People, they have an idea and they go for it. And our prices so we have a store. We have an online store, and the prices are set they rise and fall based on supply and demand. So you can imagine that some things are pretty pricey because they like them. I had mints that I would bring in, they could buy. Those got very expensive because everybody wanted them. We had desk pets, like the little eraser pets. They got very pricey. So there was a student in the class who had an idea about one of the items that everybody wanted, but the price was really getting up there. And he organized a boycott. And it worked. They boycotted the product that was the main product they all wanted. When it got a little bit interesting when some kids would try to go buy the product, and then everybody in the room would yell at them. So that was fun. At that point, I wished I taught about the Revolutionary War, because I was like, this is exactly what happened. But the price dropped, not by much, but it worked and everyone celebrated. So, yes. So boycotts have been attempted. So let's talk about other means of income in our classroom because they get a paycheck, but what do I say? What happens if everyone's rich? If everybody's rich, then no one's rich. So there's different ways for people to make money in the classroom. We have a stock market, and students can buy stock we have 2 classes, and they each have 2 different tickers. So students can buy stock in their own class, or they can get a little risky, and they can buy stock in the other class as well. Yep. Stocks fluctuate based on the productivity and behavior of the students. Students can sell stock at any time, but to do this, it's a lot of fun because they have to calculate their gross revenue. Then they have to find their capital. They have to then subtract that and then find their capital gains and calculate the tax on that. And they have to then take that capital gains tax away to get their net income. So in order to sell stocks, they have to do a lot of math. And it's funny, when I first introduced this, they were a little confused, but then we learned percentages. And all of a sudden, they're all doing it really quickly and it's very easy. And students are, so we noticed that the market started fluctuating a lot because the stocks would go up and everybody would sell. And then behavior would crash and it would go down, and it was like a pattern. So I started introducing dividends. So that, what's good about having a dividend? No? What's good about receiving dividends?
It keeps you in the stock market longer so you can get more money.
Yes. And so dividends, they've learned that if it offers a dividend, it's a way that companies sort of keep their people there, and now our stocks are flying up. And so one of the students asked me the other day if he's like, oh man, I wish I bought in earlier. Is there a way to get the stocks for less? And I was like, oh, you mean stock options? And he's like, yeah. I was like, we'll talk. So they're learning. So yeah, the stock market, a lot of kids, if they sell their stocks, they have a lot of cash, but then they're not bought in anymore, and then they start to. So one of the challenges I think that some were having was, well, do I buy or do I sell? And I was like, well, that is a good question. That's what a lot of people think about. So that's one way to make money. We also have real estate. As we said, students pay rent on their desks, but it's always better if you buy. So does anyone want to tell us about how that works? Yeah?
Okay. I have around 10 desks. 10. So every desk I have, I'll get $20 or $40 now. Well, how much?
The first desk you buy
is $2,500.
So instead of paying rent, what did you do the first time?
Oh, I bought a desk.
You bought a desk. What's good about buying a desk?
You don't have to pay rent.
Okay, what do you have to pay?
Wi-Fi and the other
You
stuff.
still have to pay for all those other things. They were
Sadly.
shocked that some of them bought desks, and then they still have to pay for utilities and
So I bought
taxes
more.
and stuff.
Made
And
it work.
we said, well, that's just part of it.
Yeah.
And you do have to pay property tax.
Yeah.
Now. So you bought a desk.
Yeah.
And so you didn't have to pay rent anymore.
Yeah.
But then you kept buying desks. Why'd you do that?
Because then I made money off of them.
How do you make money off of them?
More desks you have, the more everyone pays. So if you have more desks than everyone else, they have to pay you.
So we have landlords now, which is why I have
Yeah.
the monopoly thing. So they have to avoid paying rent, they can buy a desk, and all they have to do when they buy a desk is they have to pay property taxes. The value of the desk pretty much goes up. Who knows? But what's good about it is the more desks they have, they are now landlords. So it's another stream of income. So that worked out for you, right? Yeah. So Maddie's got money in savings. She's got money invested in real estate. She's got money in the stock market. Things are looking up, right? So I think that's about it. So we'll close with just something either that you learned or something you like, or just a final takeaway about class economy. Who wants to go first? All right. Sorry.
I like class economy because it helps me prepare for the future that many people at this time don't know these skills. And that's what I liked.
I think
it prepares me more for like when I'm older, because I always thought like economy was so much more simple, like you just put money in, you made money and stuff, but it really isn't that simple.
I thought like around the same thing as Abby, but like, and I also learned that doing what my mom yells at me for spending too much money. So when she yells at me, and I actually understand why she yells at me more.
It's a miracle.
You can keep this one. Okay. Oh yeah, then stay up there.
All right, so, yep, that's got it. Oh, no.
Should go over there because it'll be like height order, but I'll come here. So what was fascinating about this was that with sixth grade, we want to prepare them for middle school and high school, and how Ms. Takash has beautifully just made it a natural part of her day, and as part of her reward system, behavior play, it just makes it everything more meaningful, and they really are learning life lessons that I know I didn't learn this when I was that age. And go along with that, I'm really proud. I'm really proud to introduce a new program that we started this year called the Long Leaders. So our sixth graders, we have 3 long leaders up here today. What we did was we had applications in the beginning of the school year, and Ms. Takash and Ms. Kapani are our advisors for this club. And for being a long leader, standing for leading by example, optimistic thinking, navigating situations, grit, and determination. And in the beginning of the year, all the students have filled an application saying when they exhibited this behavior or their thoughts for it. And this program has really grown. We were trying to think of ways they could be leaders around the school, and they really have made such a positive impact in the Long Memorial School community in many ways. So just a couple pictures that we have up here. One picture we have the long leaders help during our kindergarten and first grade recess. And actually what they are doing right there is announcing they decided to choose a little leader. So in the K-1, they were looking at the kids who were actually practicing those behavior skills as well. Because what we want is for this to transfer over. And then they picked a little leader. So that was really cute. And that was an idea that they thought of that they wanted to do after feedback from working with the kids. And then we also have they help at arrival in the morning. And Maddie and Gianna, they were helping Mr. Munoz in a gym class. And just like how with Ms. Hackasher, they buy different things, and they buy to help out at a class with kindergarten or help kindergarten pack up or help first grade read a book. Those are some of the opportunities that they had. And what I just wanted our long leaders to show, and just to kind of like share their experience of what it's like being a long leader. And I am hoping that year to year, this program will grow because it truly has been such a positive impact on the community. And these are some of their roles that they had, but what's better than having them share what they've enjoyed about it? Still on? Who wants to start? Back to school.
I'm me.
Yeah.
So I was a tour guide for back to school night, and I was helping a lot of the parents get to the classrooms of their kids. It was a lot longer than I expected.
So we help in the lunchroom when the kindergarten and first grade are eating their lunch, and basically what we do is help open their food. If there's spills, we help clean them up. If they have problems, then we help do that. And I went to it today because 2 people were out, and we needed like subs. And usually I go on a Monday, which is so much like quieter and stuff. And then I realized I went on a Wednesday, and it was crazy. It really was.
They were helping during indoor recess, so but it's very helpful having them to organize some of the games and activities.
So at the end of the day, half the time for long leaders only, we could go and zip them up. So help them with their jackets and all that stuff. We get to leave 10 minutes earlier from our specials, but we can't leave early from art. So I can't leave on Fridays. So yeah, we also have, what else? Back to school night, morning tea?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, morning meetings. Morning meetings, we have to run, basically we have to go upstairs, put our bags down, check if we have it today. If not, do it. Which we go downstairs, we help them unpack, get them settled, and then we do morning meetings.
there are different classes do different things. So like with Miss D, you would have to do attendance. With Miss Frederick, you would help clean up in her room from the previous day.
And what was so nice when I was meeting with the long leaders today, how they were sharing, and I said, well, why do you like being a long leader? And some of them are saying, well, I remember, I think, Abby, you were saying you share a story. It was a great story.
I remember when all of us were in kindergarten, we had 6th grade buddies, and I remember looking up to them and like being so excited to see them and stuff. And now that we're in 6th grade, we can do that for them.
Yeah. And even some had said that they didn't have all the teachers, and some of them were new to the school from other schools, and they never would have had an opportunity to meet that teacher if they didn't get a chance to be in their classroom. Yeah, so it was great. So it's definitely a program that I think that we're enjoying, right? And at monthly meetings, they brainstorm their own solutions. They may see something that we don't see that they come up with, and they bring it to us, and we have great discussions, and it's really empowering them to be role models for everyone else. So thank you, long leaders. Okay. So I just want to thank all of you, the Board of Education, Ms. Violetti, all the teachers, all the presenters, all the parents, for just being so supportive of all of our programs and really making Saddlebrook the best place to learn and grow in. So thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mansfield. At this time, through the chair, we're going to take a 5-minute break to allow our families for our students to go home and get their rest and maybe do some homework. But thank you very much all for coming out tonight.
It's cold in here, Ray.
Okay, I'd like to reconvene the meeting.
Yes, I do have.
Superintendent report?
First of all, thank you to Mrs. Mansfield and all the families that did come to present tonight. We appreciate it. And each month we're trying to highlight a different school in our district, and I think it's nice for the board trustees to see what's happening inside the schools, because I know with your schedules, it's very hard to get to the schools to see some of this. I also wanted to just say a few words about Gloria Blauner. Gloria Blauner was one of our lunch ladies at Long Memorial, and sadly, she did pass away over the holiday break. So I'm just going to read a little bit from her obituary. Gloria Joy Nieyelovich, 80 years old, of Saddlebrook, passed away on Friday, December 29th at Valley Hospital. She worked for 40 years as a bookkeeper. After retiring, she became a staple in the Saddlebrook school system as a lunchroom attendant. She was a member of the First Reformed Church of Saddlebrook, as well as their treasurer for many years. Gloria was an avid lover of nature and reading. She was a proud Jets fan and made pretty amazing date nut bread. So myself, Mrs. Mansfield, and many of the Long staff did go to the wake, and we spoke with her son, and he was so grateful. And he said that he really did push his mom to come and stay as a lunch aide at Long Memorial, because it just kept her young and kept her busy. And there's something to be said about being around children. The students loved her; they adored her. She was just a grandmotherly figure that they had. So we are thinking we keep Gloria's family in our thoughts and prayers, and we thank them for sharing her with us. So thank you.
Thank you. Business Administrator report?
Okay, it's January and there's many things going on under the business office. We have, our annual payroll items, W-2s and 1095s, and this Chapter 44 review. The audit is currently going on, but is winding down, and I don't share Mrs. Violetti's enthusiasm for CUSAC, but there's 5 sections. One of them is fiscal, which includes facilities. So there's just a lot going on right now, and a lot to get ready. So we're hoping we have our review on Friday, and that'll be the facilities and other areas. Referendum update. We have on this evening 2 projects that will be for Washington School, the renovations to the second floor and also the elevator. The turf fields, we're continuing to work with the New Jersey DEP for their approval. We have to conduct some soil tests for drainage, et cetera, with the architect. We're going to do this next week, working jointly with the township and their equipment. At Coolidge School, because it's also in a flood zone, we have to work with the township and FEMA, and once we have their approvals and how much we can do over there, we'll get some plans ironed out and hopefully bid in probably the March, April timeframe. The windows here at the middle school, high school were just measured, and they'll be fabricated, and we hope the install starts sometime in the summer. We're also starting to review the roof areas back from the 2004-05 referendum. Those areas will be drawn up and bid for probably in the same time frame, March, April, to get ready for this coming summer. And there are some other bathrooms here at this school, doors and windows, individual doors and windows throughout the district that we're just holding off right now to see all these other projects go through, but they'll be done later. And I think that concludes all my items. And just for the board, I do apologize for tonight's mix-up with the photographer. I guess we're on for February now, and I'll send you reminders for that. But again, I'm sorry. That concludes my report. Sorry.
You got my hair done too, right?
I know, I just said I got my hair done for this. All right, I'll put on my outfit back in the closet. Okay, all right. Would anyone like to speak? Open the meeting, public,
Agenda and.
for agenda items only. No? Okay. Moving on then. Okay. I don't have to open and close, correct? I should?
Technically, you should.
Okay.
Yeah, open the meeting for the public.
I'm going to open the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Would anyone like to speak? I'm going to close the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, so, board action items. Okay. I don't have it, the recommendation. I don't have it on here.
You did that one, you're making a
Oh,
recommendation.
okay.
Yeah.
I make a recommendation to make a motion to approve the following items: B2324.25 through B2324.30.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
Sure. I made some comments on Monday's meeting, but I'll reiterate some of them. We did have our annual MOA meeting with the police department and the school district. We have such a great working relationship. We're so grateful to have their support and everything that they do to help us. So the MOA, the Memorandum of Agreement, is the document that kind of dictates when a school district is mandated to contact the police, and as well as the Division of Children and Families, and vice versa. It kind of goes over the rules of police and the school district and their relationship. So that was great. And the board meeting calendar is revised. There's just a couple errors on the first one that was out there, so we fixed the errors, and it matches what we stated, but not what was written. So it is amended. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Roll call. Mr. Pilati?
Mr. Urchello?
Yes.
Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes.
Ms. Traverso?
Yes.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes. Mr. Versa?
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items: E2324.29 through E2324.31.
Any questions?
questions?
Second.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll share some comments. So with the field trips, we continue to approve field trips for different grade levels. They typically go on their field trips in the spring, and the PTO does assist with that, so thank you to our PTOs as well. There's some special needs field trips. Our ABA and MD classes, they do a lot of community-based learning, so they go out to places in the community such as ShopRite, McDonald's, Brothers Pizza, things like that. Our outdoors club here at the middle school, high school is very active, and they always have their monthly hikes that they go on. That's part of this. And then our guidance department here, they scheduled for interested juniors a William Patterson tour and construction industry career day at the New Jersey Expo Center in Edison. So, and then we have the world language trip to a Korean culture and food restaurant. Lots of clubs, active clubs occurring here at the high school. And the neurodiversity course is the one that Ms. Ironman presented at Monday's meeting to the Board of Education. And it's going to be an elective for high school students. And it's on the topic of neurodiversity, teaching them what neurodiversity is, as well as items that go along with it, such as it was like, what is an IEP, and different careers that involve working with the neurodiverse population, such as occupational therapists, physical therapists, social workers, behaviorists, and things like that. So we're excited to be able to offer this elective to our students, and it's open to both special ed students and general ed students, and it would be a great way to just kind of promote inclusivity across the high school as well.
Thank you. Does anyone else have questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Urchello?
Yes.
Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes.
Ms. Traverso?
Yes.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Accomando?
Yeah? No. At the recommendation of Ms. Violetti, I make a motion to approve the following items. BF 2324.59 to BF 2324.68.
Can I have a motion?
He made the motion.
Motion. Second.
Second.
Yeah, Mike made the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
No, the roll.
Not roll call. I'll get the hang of this.
Yeah, no problem.
Slow and steady.
Take your time. Yeah, any comments?
Oh,
Any discussion?
any questions or comments? No? Okay.
I'll just say about the professional development workshops. I'm really excited. So many of our staff members, they really have that drive in them to grow and continue to learn and improve upon their practices. So we do have professional development workshops that are approved basically every month at our board meeting. So some of the ones this month are building capacity within Tier 3 of behavioral interventions and SEL, one of our counselors. We are going to have this program at the high school. It's ICE-V. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but meeting the needs of all students. And it's a program that provides us with curriculum and resources to teach some of the electives that we are going to have, the social media marketing, and fashion marketing electives. Those go along with this program. Our business teachers are attending the National Tech Conference, New Jersey, not National Tech Conference, so we're excited to send them to. Our athletic director has his conference, and our media specialist is attending their conference. Our testing coordinators are attending their mandated training for the state assessment this spring. So we're excited that everyone wants to continue to grow and learn with us.
I actually have a question. How are the ID numbers for these workshops decided? Like the item numbers? It is on.
Which one? Do you mean on the actual professional development sheet or
Yes.
on the agenda?
On the request here.
From the
How do
start
we-
of the school year.
Do you know numbers on?
I'll have to find out for you.
Okay, just out of curiosity, I just, 'cause we,
Staff requests a workshop from a Google form, so that might be the number, but it goes in, so it might be the number of that Google form on the response sheet.
but we're like, so you're looking, because you have 101, 102, 103, then you don't have 104, then you have 105.
That means someone put it in and it was either denied or,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, just out of
Yeah,
curiosity.
it's from the, right, from the Google form, when they put the request in.
Okay, okay, very good. All right, thank you. Okay, roll call?
Mr. Aricello?
Yes.
Mr. Laurentino?
I'm going to vote yes to all, but I'm going to abstain in BF 2324.59, check numbers 7162, 7163, and 7516. I'm also going to abstain under BF 2324.62, ID number 102.
Okay, Ms. Roloff?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes.
Ms. Traverso?
Yes.
Ms. Otterelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ainello?
Yes to all, but in BF 2324.59, I'm going to abstain from check numbers 7115 and 7475. And then in BF 2324.62, item numbers 102 and 108. Yes to everything else.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Ms. Torbic?
Sorry.
That's
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. Is it just one? F2324.7.
Motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
No,
Not yet, again. No. Discussion?
Aye. Second.
Wait, what? I seconded it. You said discussion.
We're up for discussion. Does anyone have a discussion or comment besides my making a mistake?
It's all right, don't worry.
Nothing? Okay. Roll call?
Mr. Aricello?
Yes.
Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes.
Ms. Traverso?
Yes.
Ms. Ottaveli?
Yes.
Mr. Arcamando?
Yes.
Ms. Ainello?
Yes. Ms. Roloff?
I have nothing to report at the time.
Well,
Nope,
Okay.
no
Miss-
meeting yet.
Ms. Zottarelli?
Nothing under negotiations yet.
Okay. Right, I guess I'll do personnel. At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. P2324.42 through P2324.49.
Second.
Okay, discussion?
In 2324.43, there are two additions, numbers 1 and 2. Number 1, I interviewed this morning, and she accepted this afternoon, and it would be the replacement for the school counselor at Long Memorial. So we're sad to see her go. She did send out, or she will be sending out her message to families, and we are excited to have Ms. DeLuca join us at Long Memorial as well. And number 2 is a maternity leave at Smith School. There's, I think, 3 maternity leaves right now at Smith School, and we actually filled them all, so Mrs. Wonder is very excited.
Any other discussion?
Also, I know there was a question about the 2324.48. My office had already collected all their information, criminal history check and everything. All of that for any new staff member is procedural.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else? Okay, roll call?
Mr. Arcello?
Yes.
Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes.
Ms. Traverso?
Yes.
Ms. Ottaveli?
Yes.
Mr. Arcamando?
Yes.
Ms. Ainello?
Yes, all, but I'm going to abstain from P2324.45, item numbers 1 through 11. We good? Okay. Do we have any committee reports? Mr. Arcamando?
I do not have anything from the PTO at this time.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
budget.
that's-
Oh,
that's
no.
committee. Just committee. Ms. Torbeck?
Sorry.
No, we haven't met yet.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to move on to liaison reports.
Yep.
Does anybody have a liaison report?
I haven't.
I have a,
Go ahead. You go first.
You want
I have to get it.
Me too. We're both doing the same thing.
All right, I have a brief one from Franklin School.
Okay.
Okay. They had a readathon and it ended, and they wanted to thank everyone who participated. They're in the process of planning fun nights at the school for the lower grades. The 6th grade will be selling candy grams for Valentine's Day for one of their fundraisers. Gertrude Hawk Sale is coming up next month in February, and their concert is on January 24th.
Thank you.
I have one also.
Ms. Torbeck, go ahead.
From Washington School. They hosted a cookie and juice readathon with Olaf in December. It was a fun day, and the kids loved meeting, taking pictures, and getting a book from Olaf for the playground. They are continuing to fundraise and are actively writing and searching for grant opportunities. And the PTO talked about reconfiguring parts of the playground to bring down costs and get the kids more equipment faster.
I have long school.
Go right ahead.
Long school update is they are doing a Nothing Bundt Cake Super Bowl fundraiser, and all orders are due actually tomorrow, January 18th, with a delivery date of February 9th. They are having a special Guy Little Lady dance on Thursday, February 15th at Biagio's in Paramus, and a save the date for their LMS PTO Tricky Che, which is June 3rd at Biagio's in Paramus. If anybody would like to reach out to the PTO to help donate, get donations for their largest fundraiser, that would be greatly appreciated. Their next meeting is February 13th.
Okay. And I do have one from the middle school, high school. Just 1 second. Pulling that up. Okay. On February 24th, they will be hosting Breakfast with Someone Special from 8:30 to 11:30 at the Skyview Restaurant at Crown Plaza in Saddlebrooks. Full buffet breakfast, prizes, and gifts. Proceeds are to benefit the middle school, high school students. Please contact the PTO for information. You can contact at ptosbmshs@gmail.com. And I also just want to remind everyone that please participate and pay into the dues for the middle school, high school PTO. They do a wonderful thing of giving out scholarships every year, and you have to be in it to win it. And it's a great cause. They do a lot of stuff, and it's a nice little benefit they give to people who will participate. And you can even pay via Venmo now, which is at SB Falcons, where you could pay your dues. So they made it very easy for all of us. Okay. And I think that's it for PTO, PTA liaison. Yes. Do we have any other reports? Okay. Correspondence?
No.
Okay. Old news?
Can I say
Business?
old business?
Sure.
I missed the last general meeting in December, which was Kelly Mahoney and Richie Shear's final meeting. So I'd just like to publicly thank them for the years of service. They'll be missed, and to wish them well on their future endeavors.
That's very nice. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Under old business, I would just like to say, for CUSAC, I participated with the review for that, right? So I think that we will be very well suited and do well with it, because I sat in a meeting with part of the leadership team, which was required for someone for the board to sit in. So Ms. Violetti, Mr. Karate, and some other administrators were there. They went point by point of what was the expected goal or what is the expected outcome and what evidence they have to fulfill that. So it was quite detailed. It was quite organized, as would expect from Mrs. Violetti and Mr. Karate. But I think that we would not have any problems. I think you'll be good. So,
Optimism.
yeah, I really do. I mean, it was fantastic.
I'm not excited.
No, I wouldn't be
I
excited.
got pretty good, but I got the 80. I got over 80.
It was quite eye-opening to see how much goes in to the back end of, I feel like, of school. So being an educator and being on, like I always call us the front line, it's very different. So it was quite eye-opening of how many things are required in a school. But I think
I appreciate that. I also just want to acknowledge the members of the leadership team. I mean, Mr. Karate does the facilities piece, and that's huge. There's a whole health and facilities checklist, and it's massive. But I also just want to acknowledge that our Director of Curriculum and Instruction worked tirelessly on our curriculum documents. They were already sent to the county. All that work was completed, and she sent it to the county for review, and she received such praise from the county office on our curriculum documents that I was so proud. It was great. So she is spot on. I think there was one, and they really combed through the curriculum. There was one standard that needed to be changed in one document, and then something else needed to be added in another document. But they really combed through every curriculum document, and our Director of Data Research and Evaluation, she's been really cleaning up our system. You want to talk about like the back end, like cleaning up our Genesis and all our uploads through NJ Smart for state submissions, and we have 0 errors, and we are really it's been good. So we're fingers crossed. We're hoping.
Yeah, I mean, Ms. Ainello, you saw a lot of the documents. A lot of stuff was on your board agendas. I mean, it has to get reported there. Contracts and everything. You see statute, numbers written, and that stuff they check on to make sure we're doing it annually and in the timelines. So it is a lot of work putting it all together. I will be excited when they leave.
I would say Mr. Karate was leading the facilities. He also does lead the fiscal, which is probably as important, if not more.
I think it's a pretty amazing person who actually has to do the job and go into these schools, because it does not seem like anything fun or anything interesting in that behalf. Not my cup of tea. But I also wanted to thank Ms. Mansfield today for supporting and being a leader in her school. I think that the program that she initiated, I absolutely loved. I'd love to see it done in my own school. I think she's been a wonderful addition, and also, I'm not very good with the names, but the other teachers, great programs, the way they're instructing. It was really wonderful to see, and I commend them for doing a great job. And the kids, I give them a lot of credit for coming up here. I don't know if I could have done that in the 4th or 5th or 6th grade. So I commend them for coming, and it's wonderful to see this. So that's what I have for old business. Anyone else? No, that's oh, okay. I felt that was old business because it's part of new business.
To thank Olivia for coming out and speaking.
Olivia's here.
And that presentation was amazing.
That's her job. Yes, okay.
I was so impressed by it.
And new business. Thank you to everyone for your patience and the community as well for me and my little mess ups. I promise I will get this down. Ms. Otterelli, you have made this seem very, very easy. It's very hard to follow in your footsteps because you had made this seem such a smooth transition and very easily done, but it's not. But I'll get there, I promise. Okay? All right.
Anytime you want to have a mock meeting, I'll help.
Yes, I think we're going to need one. Can I have a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Would anyone from the community like to speak?
They're all lining up.
Thank you.
Close it fast.
So I don't have to read that whole thing. Okay. I'd like to close the meeting to the public then.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So at this time, we're closing, correct? Thank you so much. Thank you for a wonderful evening. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
Any opposed?
Now let's go find some chocolate bars.
Have a good evening, everyone.
What she said.